Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jessica and I am an energetics and inner work teacher. And today's video is about 8 abundance tips to help you call in all the abundance you're wanting in your life. This perspective is an energetics perspective, a few do's and don'ts. These are ways of being, ways of thinking. This is the energetic and inner work you can do to match the frequency of abundance. There's different ways you can do things in your life and in your world. You can live only in your physical world and work really hard for all the things you want, and you can get it that way, and that's beautiful. But I have come to realize that our inner world is way more powerful than the outer world, and it is actually the inner world that is creating the outer world, whether that be in our own personal lives or collectively for everyone. The world that we're in, it's an inner creation first. So these do's and don'ts and ways of being, they're energetic, they're inner stuff you do, and with doing this inner work, the outer will reflect it. And I am proof of this. I have done it time and time again, and that's why I'm here sharing this. I am a busy gal. I would not come on here and waste my time preaching something that wasn't true, that isn't something I live. This is something I live. So I wanted to share it with you because there's different ways about going about things. And I have found doing the inner work and working with the energetics of things is actually way easier. Now, I want to be clear, it's work either way. It's if you're just only tapped into your physical senses and in the physical world and working hard, that is hard. But inner work can also be hard because you have to remember to do it. You have to persist in it, and you have to remain conscious and present and aware. And it's not as easy as you think, especially if you're used to living an unconscious life. But let's just get into it because I'm so excited to share these, and I'd really like to know if these are things that you practice, and or if you have any other tips or do's and don'ts to add to this list, okay? So first on my list is, when you're calling in abundance, you have to be it. So what that means is, energetically, how would you be if you were very abundant? Whatever that means to you. This is a very personal thing. Abundance means different things to different people, and even if we're talking about money, those amounts are going to be different for different people. So just focus on you here. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks is abundant. If for you being abundant is having $5,000 in your bank account, great. It might be 100,000, it might be 1,000,000. All of it's great. It's all wonderful. But how would you be, get in your imagination, how would you be if you had that abundance? Start being it now. Just be playful. Be in the imagination. How would you be? You know what? You'd be a little bit more chill. You'd be a little bit more relaxed. You wouldn't be so angst. You'd be living more freely. You'd probably be a little bit happier, right? So when you're calling in abundance, be it. Just be playful. You know, even if your bank account is pretty low, don't worry what the bank account says. Pretend that you know, or act as if you know money is coming. Like, let's say your bank account is quite low. What if you knew, but at the end of the month, you were going to receive a whole bunch of money, whether you were owed it from your job, maybe you're receiving an inheritance. If you knew that money was coming in, even if your bank account didn't have the money in it, how would you be? Be that now. Okay? Tip number 1. Number 2, how are you paying your bills? What energy are you in? So I do most of my bill payments online. I just log into my online banking and I pay my bills. So when I do that, I can see my bank account balance. And no matter what, because I am consciously and on purpose, intentionally remaining in my abundance frequency, I don't care what the amount says in my bank account. When it's high, when it's low, when it's in the middle, it doesn't matter. I'm in the energy of, oh, I'm so grateful that I have the money to pay this. Thank you. I pay it with a smile and I pay it with ease. Because energetically, if I had all the money, if I had all the abundance and a bill came up or just the regular bills, you would just pay it. You would just pay it. It would be just like that. It's just the energetics behind it. How are you paying your bills? Notice that. You don't want to pay your bills in a way where you're upset about it, where you don't want to let go of the money. You want to pay it in an energy of, I have it, I'm going to pay it, I'll happily pay it, and with a smile on your face. And you know, when I first did this, my smile might not have been very real or authentic, but some of this stuff is just a practice, right? That's the inner work. That you want to practice this. So even if I'm paying a bill and I know it's going to suck up a lot of money in my bank account, I'm going to still do it with a smile on my face because I know more is coming in. And even if I'm not actually in my 3D world certain it's coming in, I'm going to act as if I am. And I'm going to pay it with a smile and say thank you. I'm so glad I have it to pay. All right? Okay. Next tip, number 3. This is something I do, especially when my bank account is going low, but I just do it randomly and whenever I feel called because, again, energetically, it is the frequency or the vibration of abundance. So if I'm ever going to get a coffee somewhere, I'm in Canada, so we go to Tim Hortons, McDonald's, Starbucks, doesn't matter which place I'm in. When I'm feeling like I need to get my abundance up, and especially when my bank account is low, I buy the coffee for the person behind me. And with a smile on my face, and I drive away and I wish them the best day ever. Now, again, why am I doing this? Because energetically, an abundant person would do that. If you had no money, you might not even be going to get a coffee. And if you had no money, you might only get the coffee for yourself. It's all you can afford. But we want to practice the energetics. This is the inner work part, right? Where it's like we're acting as if we have the abundance. So buy a coffee for someone else. The reason I'm suggesting coffee is because it's literally only a couple of dollars. Trust me, every time I've done this, money always comes back to me, and more than just the couple of dollars. Buy a coffee for somebody. And, you know, it feels really good, as a matter of fact. It feels really good to do that. Like, you just feel like you're high up there, because who else does that but somebody that's not on a high vibe, right? Buy someone a coffee, okay? The next tip is anytime any type of gifts or money comes in, no matter how big or small, genuinely be very thankful. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. The other day, I found a penny on the ground and I picked it up and I looked up and I was like, thank you. Like, that was really sweet. Thank you. It doesn't matter how small it is. If you get a gift, it doesn't matter. Take it in with thank you. And also, oftentimes, gifts and or receiving money, you know, they're given to you for free. Like, you didn't earn the gift or the money, even if it's like a money gift. You didn't earn it, right? You just received it for free. I want you to feel into that too, because that's another great thing I realized. Back in the day, like years ago, I thought the only way to receive money was to work for it. Until I started paying attention, and it's like, no, there's lots of ways to receive money, and sometimes it's through gifts, and sometimes it's monetary gifts. Whenever that comes in, I want you to notice you didn't have to earn it, it just came into you, and be genuinely thankful. Because when we are genuinely thankful, energetically, what you are saying to the universe is, more of this, please. Thank you, more of this, please. Right? All right, the next tip, it's kind of similar to paying your bills, but I wanted to put it in here because it's the same thing in terms of the spending. So I made a point about paying your bills with a smile on your face. Do the same thing if you're out shopping or spending money at all. If you are at the grocery store, again, even if the funds are low, I want you to pay the bill with a smile on your face. When you go and swipe your card or tap your card, do it with a smile on your face and say thank you. I'm so glad, like, oh, thank God I have the money to pay for this. Thank you. Say thank you. And do it with a smile on your face because, again, energetically, this is a symbol that you have it, right? I know you might think it's not a big deal if you're paying something and, inside you're like, oh God, I don't have the money to pay for this. It's just what you don't realize is those thoughts and vibrations are creating your world, and they are reinforcing more things to come in that way. So if you can, when you go out and pay for something happily, the more you do that, the more you're going to have experiences where you get to do that because you're going to have the money. The money just, I don't know how the money comes in. Like, I'm telling you, it's magic, the magic of our world. When you line up, when you get on a level inside first, the outside lines up. So if you want more experiences, if you had a whole bunch of money and you were out paying for things, you would never think, oh God, I don't want to pay for this, or I don't have the money. If you had thousands of dollars, you would just pay happily, right? So I want you to really tune into that and start doing that. All of these things are a practice. If you practice this stuff opposed to what you've been practicing, something will change. I wish I could say like, oh, I guarantee, money back guarantee, but I can only guarantee it if you guarantee yourself that you're going to do this inner work and practice it and make it your life. All right, the next tip is do not talk poorly about money or people that have money. Energetically, when you do this, you are really separating yourself from money. So if you were a person that had a whole bunch of money that was very abundant, you would never be talking shit about other people and their money. You know why? You would be focused on your life and your money. And if you are talking shit about it energetically, you are saying, more of this, please. Money is shit. People that have money is shit. It's bad. It's wrong. At the end of the day, I don't want to convince you that money isn't bad or wrong, but what I really do actually want to get through is how you're thinking about things is what's making your life. And if you can't think highly of money, that it's a great thing, it's an amazing tool that can help you live a life of freedom, and you're upset because you don't have more of it, that will be your reality. It will. And I encourage you to think about this in your own life. Like, is this true? How do you talk about money, and what's your money situation? How do you feel about money? And I'm not talking about, no, I really want it, because even that, energetically, if you really want money, you really don't have it, right? Saying, yes, more please, is different than I really want it, right? Like, say, when you're at a restaurant and you have a coffee or a drink, and someone will come around and fill, do you want some more? Oh, yes, please, I'd like more. That's not desperate. That doesn't at all signify you don't have it. It's I have it and I want more. More of this, please. Yes. But if you really want it because you don't have it, that is an energetic signature, right? And again, I'm talking about this inner work to match the energy of the thing you would want to have. Like I said, you can go about it by, if you don't have money, you can go out there and work really hard to get it, and you don't have to do any of this inner work. But there really is this easier way of tuning into your inner world. And when your inner world is a certain way, the outer world reflects it. Okay? And my last tip is, I did kind of mention it already, but you can't mention this stuff too many times. No matter what your bank account is showing you, it doesn't matter. Tune into abundance, okay? If your bank account is showing you only have a couple $100, maybe only $50, $20, then I want you to tune into abundance somewhere else. You have an abundance of air you can breathe in. We often have an abundance of water we can drink. There's an abundance of trees outside. There are other places to focus on abundance. If your bank account doesn't reflect it, I want you to not worry about that. Don't worry about what your senses and the world is showing you. The inner work, you need to do it no matter what, because if you fall and say, well, my bank account is showing this, I just can't do it, that's you doing your inner work. That means you're not doing your inner work, and it means maybe you don't really believe this, and you're going to fall back into your older habits and thinking patterns. And if you have thinking patterns and habits that serve you, that are working well, then great. But these tips are if you've recognized you don't have the abundance you want and you want to be a match to it, and this is the inner work you can do to be a match to it, right? You can do it either way, but I have found doing the inner work is way more fun. You get to know yourself. It helps you remain present and aware, and it helps you tune into what is real in your life and what you can call in and make more real. That's the point of all these tips and tricks. So I do all these, I practice these, I live this way. I have had amazing results, and you can have amazing results too. The thing with this inner work is it's a lifestyle. I'm not offering you a pill. These are practices. You want to change your way of thinking and your way of being. That's what these energetic and inner work is all about. You're going to practice doing this, so you create new patterns inside, and you create new things that you're going to manifest and draw to you. I don't know how the magic works, but it does work. You can either, like I said, for example, if you have a messy house, right? So there's two ways of looking at this. You can clean your messy house. You can do all the physical hard work of cleaning the house. It could take days, it could take hours, depends how messy, right? So you could, in the physical, do the work. Or if you were to do the inner work first, and you could do either way, they both work. Like, that's the beautiful thing about this life we're living. Like, we have an inner world and an outer world, and you can operate in either of them, right? But if you did the inner work and started really cleaning up your mind and recognizing, oh, these thoughts don't serve me, I'm going to stop thinking them or believing them. Ooh, this is a really good thought to believe. It's a really good thought to believe that abundance can come to me by doing inner work and by doing certain practices. That's a good thought to keep. When you start clearing the mind, doing your inner work, you will naturally, if you had a really clear mind because you've been aware and tuned into what's going on in your head, and you got rid of some stuff and you brought in some good stuff inside, you would naturally clean up your house. You would not allow it to be that way. It would happen naturally. You would not have to force yourself to go clean your house. If your mind was clear and you came into a messy house, you wouldn't even need to think about what you'd have to do. You would just do it. I'm telling you, I've done all of this. You can do it either way. But because I'm an inner work and energetics teacher, I'm teaching about this. But you could do it either way. Okay, guys, so I hope this helps, and I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.